Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Finally, Double D has come back to life to lay the Detroit smackdown on all your Rudy Poo Candy asses. What's going on, peeps? Before we get started, let's crack a Drew eyes are open because we got to celebrate. We haven't been live one-on-one. God knows when. God knows when. It has been a hot minute. So, for all the peeps, for everyone watching right now, for everyone who will be watching later, here's to you guys. Cheers. Happy Sunday, man. Let's start this week off right. I don't know if we're going to be starting. I do still got some apple juice. We'll see how the stream goes. Depending on how many people get in here, if we get a lot of people in here, I will start doing some shots. So if you want me to do some shots, bro, all you got to do is share the video, like, subscribe, and let me know you guys are in the chat, man. So far, we got a bunch of people in the chat already dropping off. I see W Street. What's going on, Motor City Sports? Kyle Webb, Big Cake. What's going on, man? King Lion, Mook, by the way. We got Tony in here, man. What's going on, guys? Man? What's going on? Hopefully, you guys are having a good weekend. We've had some Pistons to entertain us on this weekend. There's shots every day, some days, man. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. There's not a day where you don't think about doing shots. You can name me now, McKenzie, man. What's good, man? What's good? Let's start off by doing this. Shout out to Jamie about the Rim Down Bravo last night. If you guys did not see that stream, go check it out, man. They did a great job last night, man. Shout out to them, man. So let's start with this. Stu, Isaiah Stewart, Big Stu, Stupendous, like all the nicknames we've been throwing out with him so far. There's not a bad name for Big Stu yet. He's been balling up. We've seen him get the rebound game. He played really good last night, double-double, blocks last night. By the way, before we continue this, why every time we play the Wizards, it's up to a back-to-back? I feel like every time we play them this year, we play them off a back-to-back. That's not the first game. It's always the second game. That's kind of BS, bro. Like, mix it up. Like, why can't we play OKC up to back-to-back? No, we got to start playing them first, then we do a back-to-back. Yeah, it's kind of getting old, man. You gotta change. When I playing back-to-backs, man. Oh, that's wrong with Mario. I'm trying to make something.
Let's try that. How's that sounding now? How's that? Does that sound better? Can you hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. There we go. Yeah, I didn't switch over the mic. My fault. It's been a minute since the setup. As you guys can see, the wall's painted different. None of my stuff's hanging up. This is going to be the baby's room. So we have to kind of move everything out and paint it. So all my stuff was disconnected. So I had to plug it in and reset everything up. So let's see. Where was I? Beef stew, man. Killing it. Absolutely been killing it lately. I don't know why Plumlee keeps getting the start. Let me show you guys the box score from last night. Let me pull this up just so you guys don't think I'm tripping. Let's do NBA.com because Isaiah Stewart was killing the statistics way more than Plumlee, and I didn't like the Plumlee signing to start with. I've been really hard on Plumlee. And that's because when you go from having people like Christian Wood and Andre Drummond who fill up the box score, it is really frustrating to get a guy in here who doesn't contribute in that way. Let's do this. You want to share screen. Man, I am rusty. It has been a minute since I've been operating this. You can tell. All right. So this is from last night against the Washington Wizards. Plumlee played 16 minutes and 23 seconds. He shot the ball 3 times, made 1, 33% from the field. No three-pointer attempts, as usual. Free throw attempts, 0 for 2. He had a total of 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 2 points. He was -10 in the plus-minus minutes. So let's go down here to Beef Stew, man. He played 24 minutes, so he got more minutes already. He shot the ball 11 times, made 7%. He's shooting 63, almost 64%. In this last, 5 games, he's been shooting 73%, which a lot of them are layups and dunks. But, hey, you look at right here. 1 3-point attempt, 1 3-pointer made. Already better right there. He had 6 free throw attempts. He made 4 of them. Already better than Plumlee. He had a total of 12 rebounds. 12. That's 4 more than Plumlee had. He had 3 offensive rebounds, 1 more than Plumlee had. He had 9 defensive rebounds. That's 4 more than Plumlee had. So already better there. Plus, he had 2 blocks. That's 1 more than Plumlee had. And he had 19 points. That is what? Where's Plumlee at? 17 more than Plumlee. So, yeah. Stats don't lie. Oh, that's way too small. That's what she said. Why is this looking weird? There we go. Stats do not lie. Stats don't lie. Why is Plumlee still starting over this man? Now, I get it. If we want to tank, we're doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing if we want to tank by starting Plumlee. But you have to start the rest of that. Like, if we were tanking, why are we still starting Sadiq Bey? Why would we not throw Frank Jackson and McGruder out there all the time? You know, like, it doesn't add up with what we're trying to do here. It doesn't add up. Plus, if you're going to play Beef Stew more minutes anyway, like what did I say? Plumlee had 16 minutes while Stewart had 24. So he's already getting more minutes than the starter. Just start the guy. Just start him. And if you don't want to win the game, have Plumlee close out the game because we won't win then. Like, the only thing Plumlee did good is when Killian was hurt, we didn't really have a playmaking point guard. You know, we had Dennis Smith Jr. come in, learning the offense, Saban Lee getting his first opportunity. He was good then because he can pass the ball. He can initiate the offense. But now that Killian is back, we don't need him. He just looks lost out there. He offers nothing for us. He's not a good defender. He's an okay rebounder. He's just not athletic. And now in the NBA, you either have to be super athletic, like a DeAndre Jordan type, or you have to be really skilled, like Embiid, a Joker, an AD, where you can space the floor. Plumlee can't even shoot. Where a guy like Beef Stew could come in, he still needs to work on his three-point shooting, but he's not just chucking up bad shots. He's in rhythm. His three-pointers look good. He's got a nice mid-range game. Plus, he is a good defender. And he's not afraid to get dunked on. And I'd rather have a guy try to block a shot and get dunked on than a guy who just gets out of the way and lets people roll in there. At some point in time as a center, you have to realize the paint is your home. You have to protect the paint. And Plumlee's just not cutting it anywhere out there. Offensively, defensively, the best thing he does is he claps his hands on this bench when he's out. And I know it's like stupid trying to make like a case for this because, I mean, I didn't want Plumlee here to begin with. But what is he doing to make the team better? Like, he's not teaching Stewart anything. Stewart was doing all this stuff when he came here. He's not a mentor. He's not good enough to be a mentor. You know, whereas like Corey Joseph, what's up, Blue G? What's going on, man? Corey Joseph came here, wasn't super happy about it, but we got rid of DeLon Wright, and he's played okay for us. But he's not taking the ball away from our guards. He's another option for him. He's been a good shooter for us. He's had a couple of good games. Frank Jackson, doing great off ball. He was scoring the ball really good last night. All those guys are not taking away opportunities, whereas Plumlee taking away opportunities left and right from Cook, from Beef Stew. We got a super chat here from Pistons Hate Me. I seen he had a bunch of followers over on Twitter, so go follow him on Twitter, man. Thank you for the $5 hairs. It says, our biggest problem is starting games slow, and Stu Energy doesn't allow that to happen when he starts. See, the problem with it is we still haven't had a consistent lineup. We've had injuries. We've waived people. We've traded people. We've had a bunch of people come back from injuries, leave due to injuries. It's been a really weird season. So, I mean, it's a multiple of things, but not being able to have a consistent starting five is what's hurting us. You know, Killian's only played, 12, 13 games? It takes time to build a chemistry. And you can see when Killian comes back is when he's starting with Plumlee, or if he's out there with Plumlee, it doesn't work. He needs guys to run the floor with. That's why when Josh Jackson's been starting with Killian, and when they've been out there at the same time, Josh gets a lot more easy looks. Same thing with Sekou Doumbouya. Sekou looked much better when Killian came back than he did all year long without him. The point guard is the quarterback of the NBA. He's got to find ways to hit people in a rhythm and get the ball where they want it. Did you guys seen that bounce pass Killian through like 3 defenders to Saddiq Bey? No one makes those kind of passes. Like, that's a LaMelo Ball kind of pass where you just don't see it all the time. And I haven't even seen Melo. I haven't seen CP3. I haven't seen Lonzo. Anybody make that kind of pass. You know, Killian's goal is not to score a bunch of points. And I don't think he's ever going to be that guy who's going to be a 30-point per game scorer. He's looking to get his teammates involved and going. That's why him and Saddiq Bey are going to be a nasty combo. Him and Stewart are going to be a nasty combo, is because you can watch the few games we've seen Killian and Stewart in the pick and roll. It opens everything up. Killian's starting to build a confidence with that little floater. Still needs to work on that because it's not pretty all the time. But he's starting to be more aggressive with that. Stewart's getting way more scoring opportunities. Saddiq Bey had 18 points the other night. It's all coming together, man. And after this draft, it's going to be beautiful. So I'm not really worried about the young guys. I just want people like Plumlee to stop taking away from their growth. It would be different if we had Christian Wood or Andre Drummond here where Stewart could actually learn something from them. But Plumlee, he just stands there. He calls for the ball at the three-point line and doesn't do anything with it. He's completely useless and a waste of money. I hope we can find a trade partner. Hopefully we can just trade him for a second-round pick next year and get another pick, because this guy's just a bum. He's a certified bum. Look at Luke G. Says, I wish Killian was more aggressive driving to the rim, but he will have to be better at shooting from mid-range to complete monster. And yeah, look, you see how Luke did that though? He didn't call him a bust. And that's a step forward in the right direction. Killian does need to work on some stuff. He is small. He's a rookie. He's only 19 years old. When you have to go against, let's say, the Clint Capellas, the DeAndre Jordans, the ADs, the Joel Embiids, all these guys are huge and ripped and just in fantastic shape. Completely different than coming from the French league, where you're not used to playing guys like that who can possibly just be as fast as you, who have good reaction time. That's something he's going to have to learn, is how to draw contact and be able to overcome it. But he's a rookie. It's a lot of what these foreign players have to get used to. It's different. They play different styles, man. So I'm sure it's something in time he'll have to get used to, but it's also something that Saddiq Bey has to work on, is drawing contact, getting over the fouls, and getting to the line. Because we really haven't seen Killian get to the free throw line a whole lot this year. And it's something that, you know, when you're not getting your shots to fall, like he's getting space in the step backs, but if you can't knock down those three men, you have to get to the foul line and you have to be more aggressive. It's something he's going to need to learn how to do. Even if he wants to be a playmaker and set up his teammates and get 7-8 assists a night, perfectly cool. You have to be more aggressive. Look at Lonzo Ball. I know a lot of you guys compare Lonzo and Killian because they play the same style. They're pass first point guard. When Zoe first came in the league, he had the same shyness, man. His shots weren't falling. He just kept passing, playing great defense. But in the next year, and the year after that, he was more aggressive. His shot started to fall, and now he gets to the free throw line. It's something Killian is going to have to learn how to do. So, again, he's only played about 12, 13 games. He's only 19. So we got to stay patient with him, man. He's going to be all right. And right there, like D said, man, He will get better. He's the 5th youngest player in the league. So it's facts. Coming out of college to the NBA is night and day difference, let alone coming from a different country league and playing over here. So it'll be all right, man. It'll be all right. What I wanted to do after talking about Plumlee is I want to look up NBA free agents for the upcoming year. Let's see if this website's good enough, because I don't really know who's going to be a free agent this year, but I want to start doing research with you guys to find out what options we have here. So this is, what is this? Sporttrack.com. Don't know how credible it is, but we're going to find out here. So Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, they're not coming here. Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is someone I'm kind of scared of because I don't want to pay him. I know he's a Dwayne Casey guy, but that really wouldn't help any of our problems. Otto Porter Jr. would not be a bad pickup. He does have the bird rights, and I think Orlando will keep him. We'll have to see. Goran Dragic, I really don't want another point guard in this team because odds are it's probably what we're going to be drafting again. But I think we're going for Cade. We're going for Mobley. Tim Hardaway Jr. will be a free agent. Unrestricted. That's interesting. I actually like Tim Hardaway Jr. But again, now we got Diallo. We got Josh Jackson. What are we going to be doing with that? He is really streaky, and he's going to want a lot of money. Dennis Schroeder, I'm pretty sure LA will sign him. Evan Fournier didn't do a whole lot this year in Boston since the trade. Danny Green, really streaky already. Iguodala, I'll be surprised if he even comes back next year. And if he does, he's ring chasing. He's not going to come here. Kelly Oubre, he is unrestricted with bird rights. I would not mind that pickup. We do need more small forwards. But, with Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, one of those guys will have come off the bench. Who are you going to do there? I don't know. James Johnson, he's all right. I wouldn't be excited about that. Cody Zeller, don't want him. He's just another Plumlee. Will the Thrill Barton, he's got a player option. I'm pretty sure he'll opt in there. I don't think Denver will let him go. JJ Redick, you've already seen how mad he was going to Dallas. I don't really see him coming to a team like Detroit that's rebuilding. He'll be going to an LA, to a Brooklyn in the offseason. Justice Winslow, I really haven't followed him that much since he's gone to Memphis. I don't know what CO means. Qualifying off? No. I don't know what that means. What does CO mean? I have no idea. Kelly Olynyk, they ain't going to sign him. Trevor Ariza, already traded for him. He ain't coming back. Patty Mills, I don't see him leaving San Antonio. Tony Snell already had him. Spencer's not coming here. Dante Exum, he's playing in Houston now. Wow, he's bust. Josh Richardson, no. I don't mind him. But Dallas, they like to keep their good role players, man. Norman Powell, would love to have him. But again, Portland's got a three-headed monster there with him, CJ McCollum, and Damian Lillard. Plus, they got Melo coming off the bench. They're going to bring back him. Paul Millsap, if he leaves anywhere but Denver, he's going to contender. Serge Ibaka, we'll have to see how the Clippers finish in the playoffs for him to see where he's going to go. Derek Jones Jr., athletic guy, wouldn't mind him. Montrezl Harrell, what do you do? He's got a player option, so he'll probably opt into that. Alonzo, I'm not sure where he'll be going. Lou Will, not sure. Where's all the centers at, man? Robin Lopez. I actually don't mind the Lopez brothers. You could see last night, man. You could see last night. He was killing us with that little post hook he had, bro. And it's nothing cute. It's nothing fancy. But you talk about a guy who's always in the right position. He gets dunked on a lot, but he's trying to block shots, and he gets pretty good. So I would not mind if we got him for a cheap deal. Look, they want estimated $7.3 million a year. I'd rather have that than Plumlee, to be honest with you. I don't know. Daniel Theis. I'm not really a Theis fan. He's okay, but nothing spectacular. But if you get him for $5 million, he's worth $2 to $5 million. But I'm not really paying more than that. Nerlens Noel has had a good year. in New York a really good year. He's always been a good rim protector, and that's something that we need, man. So if we can get him for $5 million away from New York, I would not be mad. Ed Davis, no. Cantor, I don't like Cantor. Holmes here, Rashawn Holmes. I don't mind him. I think that could be a target for the Pistons. Frank Kaminsky, nah. Dennis Smith Jr. He's a restricted free agent. I don't know if the Pistons are going to match that. JaVale McGee is someone that I've wanted for the last couple of years, so why not throw him here? Willie Cauley-Stein. I'm not sure what CO means, man. Does anyone know what CO means? I don't know what CO means. Let me make that bigger. That's what she said. Yeah, right there. CO. Have no idea what that means in terms of contracts. Is that current option? I have no idea. Zach Collins. He's a restricted free agent. Would not be too mad at that. We don't really need a power forward. Stanley Johnson's a free agent. Bring him back. Just kidding. Boban's a free agent. Would not be mad if we brought him back. Bismack Biyombo. Nah, he doesn't really fit with what we're trying to do. John Collins is a name right here. I just highlighted everybody. Whoa. That a lot of people have expressed interest in being Pistons fans. And I wouldn't be too mad if we got him. The only problem is he's probably going to want a lot of money. So he is restricted, so you have to throw a lot of money at him to see if he'll get away from Atlanta if they'll match him. But so far, man, all these free agents at center, like you said, Devin, looks better than Plumlee. Is there a way I can just – Dwight Howard's a free agent. Jared Allen. Jared Allen's not going to go anywhere. He's restricted. Cleveland really likes him. He'll be resigning there. Udonis has him. He ain't leaving nowhere. Hassan Whiteside. Oh, man, he's really kind of falling off here at $2.3 million. I think that's actually a good mentor for Isaiah Stewart. He's been one of the best rim protectors in the league for the last 6 years or so. Let's see. Willie Hermes, man. Alex Lynn, man. I don't know those two guys. Michael Robinson. Also a name as Pistons fans have talked about and via trades and stuff. So I know a lot of people like him. Again, he's got CO. Don't know what that means. So looks like there's a couple of centers in here that aren't too shabby. Gorgie Dang, I don't really want him. Andre Drummond's unrestricted free agent. He ain't coming here. Dwayne Dedman, we already traded for him and waived him. I'm just looking at centers here because I'm not really too worried about the rest of the positions. Ooh, one of the Antetokounmpo brothers is a restricted free agent. Might as well get him to start the Giannis recruiting. Getting there. But yeah, man, it looks like there's a couple of okay centers in here. Nothing spectacular, but anything that's better than Plumlee. I think the real reason to fill this hole, giggity, is to either draft one or trade for one. Because I don't think any of those guys in there are really going to impact the team. Yeah, I know he's trash. I was just making a joke about recruiting Giannis. True riser time, Mr. Ray. You know it, baby. Yeah, free agency looks okay. Kawhi is probably going to lead the free agency class, but I think the Clippers are the team to watch for how the offseason is going to be impacted. Because if they go into the playoffs again, and they don't at least get to the Western Conference championship game, they might blow it all up. Or they might try to trade Paul George, but Kawhi will not be happy, man. Although Kawhi wants to be in LA, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Cook, man. Cook's just a hustle guy. That's all he does, man. He tries to make plays, both offensively and defensively. He does a phenomenal job of running the floor, too, man. He's quick. He is really quick. Yeah, man. How many picks do we have in the second round? Let me see if I can't find this real quick. No, we got one first. That should be pretty high. But after all these trades, I don't know how many second rounders we have. All right. So we have 4 picks this upcoming year. We got 3 second round picks and 1 in the first. So this opens up some options here. Because now, since Blake's gone, we don't have any huge contracts on the team. We're still paying him, but in terms of dealing people, because we can't trade Blake anymore, we can try to trade cap room off of it, knock his book down a little bit. But like Plumlee, not a very big contract. Jeremy Grant, if we wanted to trade him, which I'm not on one side of the fence or the other. If the deal's good, you do it. But he's our best player, and he's probably our most expensive player. And for how he's been playing, he is worth every nickel, penny, and dime he has been given. So, I mean, we can package some of these and either move up or package 2 or 3 of these and get another first-round draft pick. So if we get a Cade, if we get a Mobley, like I know that's the top 2 names everyone's been wanting, Cade or Mobley. If we get Mobley, there's our center position. And you can kind of see that the Pistons really are trying to go after that route because to start the year, you know, Plumlee was at the 5, Okafor was at the 5, and Stewart was at the 5. We didn't see them play together at all. And now since we signed Tyler Cook, Plumlee's been at the 5, and then off the bench, Stewart's been playing the 4 and the 5, while Cook's been playing the 4 and the 5. They're really interchangeable depending on matchups. But last night, we seen Cook and Plumlee play the 4 and the 5 together. So they're looking at getting another center. And the reason this can work is because of how well Beef Stew has shown to shoot the ball at the three-point line. And it's going to get better with the year of workout because that's what Dwayne Casey's always said he wants Beef Stew to work on because he's already good in the pick and roll. He's already good on defense. He just needs to be a little bit more consistent with that 3. If he can start hitting a 3, 3.5 a game, I'm not talking 3.5 threes a game. I'm talking 1 3, maybe 2 a game. Then Beef Stew is going to be solidified. He'll be a starting player on this team for years. That's the only thing he needs to work on right now. So if we can get Mobley, a guy who people call him AD.0 or whatever, don't buy into that. AD is one of a kind. But they do play similarly. He plays inside out. The guy can play in the post. He can shoot the ball really good, and he's a good rim protector. He needs to beef up. That is the only thing he really needs to work on. But they could play together. They could be interchangeable. So I do like Jalen Green. I like Suggs. Pretty much if we get a top 5 pick, I'm going to be ecstatic with whoever we get, man. Really, this is a top-heavy draft, man. Oh, yeah, Cade number 1, no option. No question asked, man. That's your pick. But let's go to Tankathon. And we're gonna do some what-if scenarios. Because right now, we are not projected to get the number 1 pick. Alrighty, let's share the screen. This is going to be my first Tankathon of the year. I have not yet done one of these. I've seen people start to do them, and I have not. Let's make sure. Okay, everyone can see that. Alrighty, let's sim lottery. So right now you can see we're sitting at 3. Where's the odds here? Do I have to go to the mock draft to do this? It doesn't. Okay, so right now, if we were sitting pretty here, and this is the way that if there was no lottery, this would be it. Cade goes number 1 to Houston. Suggs goes number 2 to Minnesota, which would make sense. Why would they draft Mobley? They have Karl Anthony Towns. You see number 3, Evan Mobley. I would like that at 3. But, of course, this is not how it works. We have to sim the lottery. So after the first pull is where we would go. So look at that. We fall all the way down to 6, and we get Jalen Johnson, small forward from Duke. If this did happen, I would assume the Pistons would try to move up to that top 4 position. Again, if you trade up for Jalen Green, that's cool. That's fine. Man, I can't believe Cleveland's going to be getting another shooting guard. Huh. That'd be kind of crazy. Look at that. Look at that. The Wizards with the first overall pick moved up 9 spots. This is how the draft lottery always hurts us, bro. Always hurts us. Always fall. But let's take 2, man. If we did fall out of the top 5, you would definitely try to see the Pistons move up or try to move down and get multiple first rounders. So we stay at 6 here. Man, that's not looking good. Again, same thing here. We would try to trade up before I'd say we'd move down or stay at the pick. One more time. Hey, we go up to 5 this time and take Jonathan Kuminga. Out of the G League, he's not a bad player. 18 years old. Scored 17.5 points, 8 rebounds a game, 3 assists, almost a block a game, and a steal a game. I don't know how I feel about Kuminga. I look at that name and it kind of bugs me because you always know it's J-Mo's eye test, man. I look at that. Raptors get number 1. That's crazy. I don't know how good Kuminga is going to be in the NBA, man. He's either going to be a bust or he's going to be a boom. I don't really think there's in between. Like, he's not just going to be an okay guy. But I mean, he's got good size, no homo. 6'8", 200 some pounds. So I mean, I don't want to draft Stanley Johnson 2.0 here. Stay at 5 again, man. This is ridiculous, man. How many times am I gonna have to spend this to get a top 3 pick? Like, look at this, man. There we go. Number 2, and we get Mobley. Number 2, and we get Mobley, bro. So I mean, you can see the odds there. The odds are really tough for us right now. How many times did I just spin that? 5, 6 times before we got in the top 3? And we finally get somebody here. And even then, we only moved up 1 single spot, which has never happened in the history of Detroit basketball. We've either stayed put or we have fallen. We have never moved up in the lottery. So for us to move up at number 2, that would be a blessing in disguise. I'm telling you, man, I love Mobley, man. 7 foot tall. He's only 215 pounds. I'm pretty sure that's lighter than KD. I think KD's 240. So, I mean, what does that tell you? And KD is nothing but skin and bones. But, I mean, just look at the stats, man. 17.5 points, 9 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists, which is really impressive for a big man, and 3.1 blocks per game. It is something we so desperately need. We have not had a guy in the paint who was a solid rim protector since Big Ben. Jason Maxiell is okay. I'd probably say he'd be the next best thing. But since Big Ben, we just have not had a presence down low at all. Greg Monroe was not a good rim protector. Josh Smith was pretty good at it, but he sucked and didn't really make up for anything because if he didn't block a shot, he let the guy score. And then Andre, he had a block and a half a game and a steal and a half a game. But we haven't had a guy just lock up the paint like that. So, I don't know, man. What happens if we draft Mobley? Who plays the 4 and the 5 between him and Stu? And what happens to Grant, Sekou, Josh Jackson, Hammy, and Bay? So, I mean, that's a good problem. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. Let's put this up here so everyone can see it. So if we did draft Mobley, he might come off the bench to start. That's just something we do with rookies. I don't personally agree with that. But Killian is the first rookie starter I've seen happen in a minute for the Pistons. If we draft Mobley, I would say Grant still plays the 4. So that way we still have options there. Josh still plays at the 2. And then you put Sadiq at the 3. And then off the bench, you bring out Diallo, Grant, and Beef Stew. That way we got a good rotation. Everyone gets minutes. It's equal. If someone gets a hot hand or plays really well, you keep them out there. But it gives you options. And I have always said this. I would rather have too many people at one position that are really good to build up in-team competition than to struggle. Like, look at the last, I don't know, since we traded for Allen Iverson. What year was that in? 08? 07? Somewhere around there. We didn't have a point guard. And now we got Killian, we got Saban Lee, and Dennis Smith Jr., all young point guards who I think bring something. Oh, you missed. Did I misspeak? I'm sorry. So it's starting. You would put Josh Jackson at the 2, Sadiq at the 3, Grant the 4, Mobley at the 5. Then off the bench, you bring in Diallo, you bring in Sekou, and Beef Stew. So that's how I think that if we did draft Mobley, that's how we'd go. All right, let's go back to home and try to spin it here one more time and see if this makes any difference here. I don't know how this one works at the home page. So then again, we follow the 6. Okay. So Houston has traded their pick to OKC here. So what is that? If that's not what, top 3 protected, OKC gets it? Is that how that one works? Okay. But I mean, you see here, this is the second time Toronto's jumped up to number 1. They jumped up 7 spots. Washington jumped up 8 spots, and we fell 3 spots. It's not always accurate. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Number 1, man. Number 1. That's the Cade pick. I wanna keep simming this until we get the number 1 pick on here and see if it has us taking Cade. So we're just gonna keep spinning until we can land the number 1 pick here. Oh, so there we go. 3, and we get Jalen Suggs. Completely happy with that. Although I don't know if Cleveland did get the 2nd overall pick. If they do go Mobley, they might go Suggs. They might go Green there. So Mobley could still be on the board there. But Chicago jumped up 8 spots and got Cade. Cade and Zach LaVine would be disgusting. I really kind of want to see that. But I also, at the same time, I want Cade. All right. I just want to slim until we get the number 1 pick here. There we go. So Tankathon does. So far, everyone who's got the number 1 pick is taking Cade. Should not be surprising there whatsoever. Yeah, it depends on how good the wing is, though, man. We got a lot of good wings. Like Sadiq's our guy. I don't know if we would take another guy to take some of his minutes away. But it all depends on who the player is, man. I'll take the best talent, whatever position that is, over a need any day of the week. So, I mean, we got some options here. Let me take that off. The draft lottery should be crazy. Last year we don't want to make the same mistake where we were just ripping the Knicks, and it came back to bite us. So we gotta be a little bit more humble this year when we do our live show. So you guys already know we're going live during the lottery. We're going live during the draft, so you won't miss anything here with us. But let's do this, man. I think I got the Free Smoke Saturday banner up. Let's do this. So it's Free Smoke Sunday, but we've been on for about 40 minutes already. I only want to be on for about an hour. So for the rest of the stream, man, if you guys got some questions, direct them towards me, and I will answer them. We got 40 people. So here's what we're going to do. I did say some shots. Why don't you guys drop some questions? I'm going to go get my shot glass, and we're going to do this thing right. It's going to be 1 second. I'm going to go get a shot, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Just want to let you guys know I haven't done a shot in probably 2 weeks, which is actually a long time for me because I always go to the bars and stuff. But COVID being really bad, I haven't gone out there in quite a long time. So let's do a stretch real quick. Let's turn the cam back on. So this is still some of my favorite stuff here, man. I love this stuff. So just so you guys know, I got the custom made. Zoom in. Hold on. Turn sideways. Zoom, focus. It's not going to focus, but it says Detroit Drew on there. It's pretty cool. I got one that's got the Lions. It says Detroit Drew on there too, but we'll have to save that for Lions season when we're not doing so good. So let's go ahead and pour this bad boy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not looking forward to doing this shot, but that's because I haven't done it in so long, and it is Sunday, like you guys said. But hey, I said if we get a lot of people in here, we do a shot. We got 40 people in here right now. Make sure you guys do hit that like button. It does help out a lot more than you guys know. So for the guys who don't know, in here right now, make sure you guys do it. I'm playing the video back. When you guys like the video, it gets more recommendations on YouTube. So that way, everyone who dogs the Pistons, when they come on here and they see we hit a bunch of likes and it gets recommended on their feed, they're like, what the hell is going on? Why do I keep seeing Detroit Drew or Pistons Talk or 313 JMO pop up? It's because we know basketball. We know it. And the peeps know we know it. So, I haven't seen any questions in here, man. Let's get a good question and I'll do the shot. Let's get a good question. It's not bad at all. I love that comparison. I love the way that Lonzo's gotten better and improved. I wouldn't say I'm a Lonzo fan, but I'm not a Lonzo hater. Actually, I was pulling for Lonzo. I could say actually I kind of am a Lonzo fan because I knew he'd be good. I wasn't buying the whole Magic Johnson comparison, but the Jason Kidd comparison is very real. Make sure you guys do drop those questions, man. You guys got no questions, man? You guys be dropping questions left and right through all the streams, and I ask you guys for questions. You guys don't drop them? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's your time to shine, man. It's your part of the show. If you guys want to ask questions, I'm going to do the shot without a question. All right, here we go. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to mispronounce that. Skaint? Skaint? Is that how you pronounce it? Let me know if I mispronounced that. Do you think two phones will have a similar draft to last year's? That's a great question. Thank you, Mr. Williams or Mrs. Williams. Let's do the shot, and I'll answer it. Here's to all the peeps for watching, man. I appreciate you guys so much support. It really means a lot. So cheers to the peeps. Let's down this bad boy, and let's talk about Mr. Two Phone Troy. Wasn't as smooth as the first time. I don't know if it'll be similar to last year's. Only because this draft is deeper. But with those 4 picks, that was the shot. I was waiting to get it out. Something's going to happen. This is going to be a draft we won't forget. From the sole purpose of either we're going to get a superstar in this draft, someone we can actually call the face of the franchise in this draft, or like last year, say we do fall down to 6. Troy's got 5 picks to work with, 4 picks to work with, whatever it was, to make some trades and acquire a ton of talent. Seriously, we could have a rookie point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center out of this draft. So I think the sky's the limit, man. With Troy, man, he knows how to get talent. I'm sure he's looking at people that we haven't even talked about or heard of as potentially being a late first or early second. That's going to be good. Like Saban Lee, man. Not too many people talked about Saban Lee in draft workouts or prospect videos last year from anyone's channel for the most part. Unless you were a Vanderbilt fan, not too many people knew about Saban. And quite frankly, he's one of my favorite players on the team. So Troy knows what's up, man. I do think that this is going to be a special one. But again, like last year, man, it was just so special because after every pick, it felt like we were trading something and getting another pick and drafting another player. So I don't know if magic will repeat itself, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a special one. If we get the 6th pick and the reg top 5K, both Jalen's and Mobley and Kuminga off the board, I don't know who would we take there. I think we'd be open. Like I said, man, if we fall out of the top 5, we might try to move up. So we'll have to wait and see. Do you think Sekou can be a potential superstar with only an average wingspan for a forward? The sky's the limit with Sekou, bro. I don't know how good he will become. He's a rhythm player, man. He's one of those guys where if it's heads low, he's going to have a bad game. But if it's up high, he's going to be active, playing good defense, running the floor. So Sekou is really a questionable one. I just want him to get consistent minutes. But he's been banged up this year. He's got another neck injury, which I'm kind of concerned about. If we get a top 3 pick, why would we draft Mobley? Am I the only one tired of building around bigs? We need to draft Killian's backcourt mate, Jalen Green's. Do you agree? I don't dislike Green or Suggs. I have just watched Mobley play in person, and it's different. It's different. So if you go back in time and you see when the Pistons drafted Greg Monroe, didn't have a point guard. So next year we drafted Brandon Knight, who was not a good point guard. We did draft Andre Drummond, who was an all-star. We just have yet to get a good point guard. And now we got 2. We got 3, man. We got 3. I like Dennis Smith Jr. I think he's solid. Saban Lee's going to be good, and Killian's going to be good. So if we get a center here with Killian's a pass-first point guard. And what did I say when we had Andre Drummond is we didn't have a pass-first point guard. Derrick Rose was nice. He was a nice scorer. Reggie was a nice scorer, but they weren't pass-first players. I think Andre played some of his best basketball with a healthy Reggie Jackson, with a healthy Brandon Knight. It would be completely different. So if we do get Green, I'm happy, man. Green's going to be nice. Suggs is going to be nice. So we just got to wait and see. Do I listen to Eminem? I grew up on Eminem. I probably know every Eminem lyric and song he's ever made, except for Revival. Didn't like Revival at all. But Eminem is a huge influence on me. If you listen to a lot of my videos, a lot of the instrumentals are Eminem instrumentals. That's only because I grew up on Eminem. Who is your top free agent for the Pistons this year? Well, we went through, we looked at some of the free agents. I'm really looking at centers in the free agency class, and they're only okay. And that's just because Plumlee's not cutting it. But we're not going to get any of the big names out there. I would look to get some of the lesser-known talent that have shown potential, like a Josh Jackson signing. That was a great pickup, bro. Great pickup. Giving Jeremy Grant the opportunity that he needed to score 20 points a game, good signing. So I want to lean more to signing like that than bringing in the Plumlees. Plumlee and the Bruce Brown trade are the only 2 knocks I can put on Troy Weaver. Outside of that, he's just done an amazing job. I would agree. Mobley right now is better than Andre. And Andre just dropped 27 points. See, the thing that's different is Mobley plays defense. Like you see, he averages 3 blocks a game. When's the last center that was on the Pistons did that? Big Ben. So, plus he can shoot threes, man. He's not just your typical center. He can space the floor, he can play in the post, and he gets rebounds, and he blocks shot. He does it all, man. That's why they call him AD. It's because everything AD can do, he can do. Just probably not as good. AD's more polished. He's more experienced. But AD as a rookie was really good. And Mobley's got that kind of hype around him. Not saying he's going to be ever as good as AD, but he's that kind of player who does a little bit of everything. Which, you look at the NBA right now, I don't know if you want to call AD a center or a power forward. He's maybe playing power forward now that they got Andre. But Embiid and Jokic, they're in the MVP race. One of those guys is probably going to be the MVP. Personally, I think it's supposed to be Giannis. Giannis is still playing unbelievable. LeBron was in it until he got hurt. And right now, Curry, he's been popping off left and right. But it's probably going to go to one of the big fellas, man. Especially if Philly finishes with the first seed, I'm pretty sure Embiid would get it. I got to watch Moses Moody, man. I see a lot of people talking about him, man. I don't know too much about him yet. It's right around this time of year. And again, my life was crazy during March Madness, so I get a whole lot of time to watch March Madness. This is right around the time of the year I start watching a lot of these draft prospects. So, do we overhype the rookies? I mean, which rookie would you say we were overhyping? Because you look at Sadiq Bey, he's breaking rookie 3-point makes. He now has the most 3-pointers made in a rookie season for the Detroit Pistons, and he's right up there with some of the league's best names, the Lucas, the Dames, and their first 50 career games. He's like top 3 in 3-pointers made. So I don't think we're overhyping him. Beef Stew is just a hustler, man. He comes out there, grabs boards, gets some dunks, and gets off the court. But he doesn't back down from anyone. You've seen him fight with Giannis and Montrezl Harrell. He doesn't back down from everybody. I guess you can kind of say Killian might be overhyped just because he's not filling up the box score, but he does stuff different, man. He's not going to be a scorer. He plays good defense. Like, he had 5 steals the other night. Like, how often does a rookie get 5 steals? Not very often. And he can pass the rock just as good as anybody. And Saban Lee's just explosive, man. He still needs to work on his shooting. They're not perfect. They're not stars yet, but they're on their way, man. You always get the players you like, man. I don't get anybody. You wanted Okafor, you got Okafor. So I'm pretty sure Josh Hart will be a Piston next year. I don't know if Seiku's okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to say Seiku is overhyped because you do get people calling him the future MVP, and that is pretty crazy. But you can't deny to say he's got superstar potential. The potential is there. If you can just ever put all the pieces of the puzzle together, man, better watch out, bro. But I would probably say he probably is overhyped in terms of Pistons fans, but nobody outside of Detroit's talking crazy about Seiku. He's just got raw potential, man. All right, we've been on for about 50 minutes. That's kind of right where I wanted to be at. I just wanted to say what's up to the peeps, man. We haven't gone live one-on-one in quite some time. So I just want to come on here and make sure you guys are doing all right, man. We got 55 in here, man. Make sure you guys like the video. There will be some news coming out in the next couple months here about the channel. We got some big things lined up. I don't want to spoil it in case something falls through. But it's pretty big, and it's going to be pretty fun. So stay tuned for all that. If you go into the description, let me put it back up so you guys can read it. Because I don't think you guys read it. All the links to the DSA members, man, are in the description. So if you want to see Pistons Talk drop a Piston content video every day, you go down there, you click on Pistons Talk's link, and it takes you right over to his channel. You subscribe there. If you want to hear 313 JMO rant and raving about Killian Hayes throwing the bounce pass of the year, go right down to his name, click it, go over there. If you want to listen to Jim and Curtis talk about the Lions every single day, you go down to Lions on the Prowl, hit their channel link, and go subscribe to them. All the DSA members are in there, man. Go check them out, man. They put in great work all the time. We will be live next Saturday for Above the Rim. I'm not sure whose channel that will be on yet. But I will definitely be there for that one. I missed last night because I had a bad migraine headache just probably about an hour or two before the show started, and I just couldn't shake it. So that's why I wasn't on there last night, man. I felt like dog crap. But J-Mo and Bravo, man, they held it down, man. It was a great show. So if you guys got nothing else planned for the day, go. If you did not watch it yet, man, go check it out. Go check out Mr. V-Neck, man. Dude, that would be a great name for his channel. Motor City V-Neck, bro. I might need to talk to Bravo about that. That'd be a great t-shirt. If he made a t-shirt that said V-Neck on it, and if it was not a V-Neck, I would have to have a serious talk with him, bro. He needs to make some V-Necks and start selling those, man. Because I know I'd buy one, and Ben, I know you would buy one, man. No, bro, man. Bravo was cool, man. Bravo was at work last night doing the show because no one else could make it. So, I mean, we make fun of Bravo all the time, but when it comes down to it, man, Bravo does great work, man. And he's loyal, man. He just loves coming on here and talking basketball. So make sure you go on JMO's stream and show Bravo some love, man. I know he'd appreciate that. But all right, man, I'm gonna go hop off and go play some 2K and just chill for the rest of the weekend. I will see you guys probably tomorrow for another video. You guys We got to Photoshop Henry Ellison on that V-neck. He would hate it. You get to working on that, bro, and we'll show Bravo, man. He'll lose his shit, bro. Oh, man, that'd be funny, man. Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Pound the Pavement. How do you feel about the high school players going to the G League instead of college? I love it. It gives them options. You know, we got the Kobe's and LeBron that came straight out of high school into the NBA. When you turn 18, you have the right to go get a job. You have the right to enlist into the Army, to go to police school, whatever it is. You can't have a drink yet, but you can go fight for the country. I'm not going to go on a huge rant here, but when you turn 18, you have a right to go get a job. When I turned 18, I didn't go to college. I started working, and I made money. And that's kind of where my mindset is why would I go in debt to make a bigger job where I can just go save the money and get more money, which now I have a really good job. I never went to college. I've learned how to work on cars and all that stuff just by being there. Same concept here, man. Go to the G League, get your money. You're playing against NBA level talent. I mean, there's some guys in the G League that are pretty nice. Like Kevin Porter Jr. was down there, was just getting buckets left and right. Playing against guys like that can help you become a better player. And it's on a bigger, maybe probably not a bigger scale than college, especially when you get to like, I don't know, the Dukes and the Michigans and all the big name colleges. So, I mean, you have to really ball out to get your name drawn there, but you're getting paid. So I'm cool with it, man. They've earned that right. So I think it's a good system too, because what is the G League? It's the development league. You're going to be there to get coached, to get better. So if you can get paid, boost your draft stock, and get better, why not? So I'm all for it, man. Definitely all for it. But thank you for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that, man. Shout out to all the peeps, man. I appreciate you guys coming through tonight. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, man. Hopefully you guys stay healthy. Like I said, man, like the video, subscribe if you're new, check out the DSA members, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Double D said so. Peace out, guys.